Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 16th April. A journey through time of 16th April 2025 Wednesday. Today's that is 16th April highlight in history. 1746. The Battle of Culloden is fought between the French supported Jacobites and the British Hanoverian forces commanded by William Augustus, Duke of Cumberland in Scotland. 1780. Franz Friedrich Wilhelm von Furstenberg founds the University of Munster. 1799. French Revolutionary Wars. The Battle of Mount Tabor. Napoleon drives Ottoman troops across the river Jordan near Acre. 1818. The United States Senate ratifies the Rose-Bagot Treaty limiting naval armaments on the Great Lakes and the Lake Champlain. 1838. The French army captures Veracruz in the Pastry War. 1847. Shooting of a Maori by an English sailor results in the opening of the Wanganui campaign of the New Zealand Wars. 1853. The Great Indian Peninsula Railway opens the first passenger rail in India from Borivandar to Thane. 1858. The Warrenerian Natural History Society, a former Scottish land society, is dissolved. 1862. American Civil War. Battle at Lee's Mills in Virginia. 1862. American Civil War. The District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act, a bill ending slavery in the District of Columbia, becomes law. 1863. American Civil War. During the Vicksburg campaign, gunboats commanded by acting Rear Admiral David Dixon Porter ran downriver past Confederate artillery batteries at Vicksburg. 1878. The Senate of the Grand Duchy of Finland issued a declaration establishing a city of Kotka on the southern part islands from the old Kymi parish. 1881. In Dodge City, Kansas, Bat Masterson fights his last gun battle. 1908. Natural Bridges National Monument is established in Utah. 1910. The oldest existing indoor ice hockey arena still used for the sport in the 21st century, Boston Arena, opens for the first time. 1912. Harriet Quimby becomes the first woman to fly an airplane across the English Channel. 1917. Russian Revolution. Vladimir Lenin returns to Petrograd, Russia from exile in Switzerland. 1919. Mohandas Gandhi organized a day of prayer and fasting in response to the killing of Indian protesters in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre by the British colonial troops 3 days earlier. 1919. Polish-Lithuanian War. The Polish army launches the Vilna offensive to capture Vilnius in modern Lithuania. 1922. The Treaty of Rapallo, pursuant to which Germany and the Soviet Union re-established diplomatic relations, is signed. 1925. During the communist Saint Nadella church assault in Sofia, Bulgaria, 150 are killed and 500 are wounded. 1941. World War II. The Italian-German Tarigo convoy is attacked and destroyed by British ships. 1941. World War II. The Nazi-affiliated Ustase is put in charge of the independent state of Croatia by the Axis powers after Operation 25 is effected. 1942, King George VI awarded the George Cross to the people of Malta in appreciation of their heroism. 1943, Albert Hofmann accidentally discovers the hallucinogenic effects of the research drug LSD. He intentionally takes the drug 3 days later on April 19. 1944, World War II. Allied forces started bombing Belgrade, killing about 1,100 people. This bombing fell on the Orthodox Christian Easter. 1945, World War II. The Red Army begins the final assault on German forces around Berlin, with nearly 1 million troops fighting in the Battle of the Shiloh Heights. 1945, the United States Army liberates Nazi Sonderlager, high security prisoner of war camp Ophlag 4C, better known as Colditch. 1945, more than 7,000 die when the German transport ship Goya is sunk by a Soviet submarine. 1947, an explosion on board a freighter in port causes the city of Texas City, Texas, United States to catch fire, killing almost 600 people. 1947, Bernard Baruch first applies the term Cold War to describe the relationship between the United States and the Soviet Union. 1948, the Organization of European Economic Cooperation is formed. 1961, in a nationally broadcast speech, Cuban leader Fidel Castro declares that he is Marxist-Leninist and that Cuba is going to adopt communism. 1963, US civil rights campaigner Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. writes his open letter from Birmingham jail, sometimes known as the Negro is Your Brother, while incarcerated in Birmingham, Alabama, for protesting against segregation. 1972, Apollo program. The launch of Apollo 16 from Cape Canaveral, Florida. 2001. India and Bangladesh begin a 5-day border conflict but are unable to resolve the disputes about their border. 2003. The Treaty of Accession is signed in Athens, admitting 10 new member states to European Union. 2007. Virginia Tech shooting. Seung-Hui Cho guns down 32 people and injures 17 before committing suicide. 2008, the US Supreme Court rules in the Page versus Reed decision that execution by lethal injection does not violate the Eighth Amendment ban against cruel and unusual punishment. 2012, the trial for Anders Behring Breivik, the perpetrator of the 2011 Norway attacks, begins in Oslo, Norway. 2012, the Pulitzer Prize winners were announced. It was the first time since 1977 that no book won the fiction prize. 2013, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake strikes Sistan and Balochistan province, Iran, killing at least 35 people and injuring 117 others. 2013, the 2013 Baga massacre is started when Boko Haram militants engaged government soldiers in Baga. 2014, the South Korean ferry MV Seoul capsized and sinks near Jindo Island, killing 304 passengers and crew and leading to widespread criticism of the South Korean government, media and shipping authorities. 2016, Ecuador's worst earthquake in nearly 40 years kills 676 and injures more than 230,000. 2018, the New York Times and the New Yorker win the Pulitzer Prize for Public Services for breaking news of the Harvey Weinstein sexual abuse scandal. 2024, the historic Borsen in Copenhagen, Denmark is severely damaged by fire. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share and subscribe.